Well, thank you so much, Charles. Just a tremendous honor and a privilege to be here. Every one of you here today could be elsewhere, and you have chosen to take this lunch hour to stand up for religious liberties, and hats off to you. Thank you for being heard. Thank you for being a part of this. You know, sometimes it can become frustrating, feeling as though we are the only ones in the game. You are not alone. There are millions and millions, in fact the majority, that are right here with us today. And so I want to thank you so much for being a part of this. Now, I want to just bring some thoughts with you. As Charles mentioned, I'm on the radio. I deal with cultural issues on a daily basis. And one of the primary areas of concern in our country today, without question, is the attacks on religious liberty and the attacks on our freedoms from a religious perspective in America. And it is important for you to understand that freedom of religion is the foundation of all other liberties that we have in America. If the freedom of religion is hindered, broken, assaulted, chipped away in any way, in any shape, form, or fashion, then every other liberty that we have in this country likewise is suspect and apt to fall and fail. And we are watching right now an unprecedented period of time where our religious liberties are under attack from virtually every angle imaginable. We have the HHS mandate. We have attacks against those who have religious conscience, where we are now being told that you must pay for abortions, even if it goes against your beliefs. We have religious discrimination that's happening all across our country. Just this past week, coming out of New Mexico, I don't know if you saw this or not, but a Christian photographer in New Mexico lost an extremely important religious liberties case there. The ultimate decision, in essence, said, and it was a same-sex couple that wanted this Christian photographer to take their picture at the ceremony because of their religious convictions. They refused to do so, and in fact referred this couple to another photographer. But it ended up in the courts just this past week. They lost the case. And in essence, the judge, the court said that sexual orientation trumps religious liberties. It's just this past week. I agree with you, but this is the culture in which we're living. We are watching unprecedented attacks from almost every angle. Religious symbols are being taken down, attacked. 10 Commandments not able to go up. Pastors are being told by the IRS and government officials that they can risk losing their tax-exempt status in the church if they address from the pulpit certain issues that go against political correctness. And so we are watching, what I'm trying to communicate to you, we are watching an unprecedented attack on religious liberties, and these attacks are attacking the very foundation upon which our nation rests. Charles Carroll was one of the signers of the Declaration. And Charles Carroll said that without morals, a republic cannot subsist for any length of time. And here's the reason why. You know, there's so much talk these days about limited government, limited government, limited government, and we all want limited government. But what you need to realize is that our Constitution is the only governing document in the world that does, in fact, limit itself. But the way that it works, and the reason it is able to limit its own self and its intrusion and lack of intrusion upon our lives, is if it works within a certain environment, and that environment, the only environment in which our Constitution works, is when the people are able to self-govern their own lives. And that works within a framework and an understanding of morality, which in itself works within the framework of religious liberty, which is within the framework of a worldview. Now, our nation was given to us on a Judeo-Christian worldview. And that is the framework within which our Constitution works. That's why Adams said that our Constitution was written for a moral and religious people. It is totally inadequate for the government of any other. Because, listen, you cannot have secularism like it's being pushed down our throats these days. You cannot have secularism and limited government at the same time. The only way you can have limited government is within the context of people being able to self-govern their own lives within the context of right and wrong, within the context of a Judeo-Christian worldview. And that precisely is why we are gathered here today, because we understand the value of our religious heritage in this country. And we understand that without it, our country does not work. Right. This is the framework in which we are. So let me just say this to you, as we are gathered together with this understanding of the value of our religious heritage and an understanding that those religious values are under severe attack from virtually every angle imaginable. Here is what we are gathered here today, and there's virtually every denomination here. There's every kind of church. Perhaps there's some people who are not even church people here today, but who understand the value of our religious heritage and the framework in which our system of government works. We have people representing synagogues and a variety of folks here. Here is the deal. Here's the deal. The three most important words in our Constitution are "we, the people." Right. The three most important words, however, as it relates to us taking our country back right now, from a biblical perspective, are "if my people." And God is saying, really, I believe, these days, it's time for us to unify. Yes. This is not a time to be separated with all of our different denominations, and this is a time, y'all, it is now or never if we're going to reclaim our country. And the time is now. The time is now. Not for us to be divided, not for us to be separated, but for us to stand in unison with one accord, with one heart, and understand we cannot function long as a society, as a country, so long as we are chipping away at our moral, spiritual values that our country is founded upon. So it is a great honor to be here with you today, and I look forward to each speaker as we are going to just have a wonderful time together. And our first speaker that I would like to introduce to you is Mr. DeCarlos Blackman. He is the Director of Liturgy and Music at St. Joseph's Catholic Church here in Huntsville. He is also the head of Knights of Peter Claver, which is a national service organization. He was also, and we thank God for this, he was also among the original 20 National Catholic signers in opposition of the Obamacare ban.